Let's now welcome to the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, Marquis the Hawk Hawthorne.
Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. The ABF West and the ABF, the American Boxing Federation champion, the Hawk, Marquis Hawthorne. Very focused on his walk to the ring. Justin Simmons alongside Casey Ramos. It's great to have you alongside us here on Univision. Davies Entertainment bringing you Alamo City Fight Night.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this right now. The song's got me hyped. Marquis the Hawk Hawthorne from Waco, Texas, coming in here. He's coming off a knockout win off his, one of his last victories. And he's here to showcase his skills once again.
You mentioned that win. It was a second round TKO against Daniel Baez. But his last time out for Marquis, though, he just fought on October 4th, and he lost an 8-round unanimous decision to Quinton Randall, who is undefeated at 5-0. So the Hawk, even with both his title belts, looking for a win here tonight to kind of get back on track.
And now let's welcome to the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner, Carlos Swifty Villa.
Another one. DJ Khaled. Shining, yeah. All of this winning, I've been losing my mind. Hold on. Don't try to slow me down. Hold on. Don't try to slow me down. And now to make a fool for it. You gon' need an actress when I lose the point.
Comes Carlos Swifty Villa. This crowd is on their feet for Swifty as he gets ready for a big-time fight here tonight at Alamo City Fight Night, live from the Alamodome.
Yes, sir. We have Carlos Villa. I believe he is from El Paso, Texas, originally, correct?
Originally El Paso, but makes his home here in San Antonio now.
Oh yes, sir. He wants to be a professional boxer. This is the town to do it. It's a fight town, and I'm sure he gets plenty of great sparring, plenty of great exercise and strength training. And here he is. He looks good. He's got the UTEP. He's got the UTEP colors on. The UTSA colors on. And well, actually, it may be UTEP because he's from El Paso.
It could be either or. They both wear the orange and blue, but it will play well with the Roadrunner faithful here, as the Alamodome is also home to the UTSA Roadrunners. Villa coming in with a record of 14-3-2. The Hawk with an 8-12 record. 2 KOs on his resume. As for Villa, 6 KOs. As we will take it to Thomas Triber for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alamo City Fight Night continues with 8 rounds scheduled in the welterweight division. It is being brought to you by Davies Entertainment in association with Univision, along with their great sponsors HEB, Carne Sasso con Ganas, and Peleas Law Firm. Bring it. Our 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Ellis Johnson, Joel Elizondo, and Glenn Crocker. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Lee Rogers. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing white with purple and gold and weighed in at 145 pounds. Coming to us from Waco, Texas, he brings a professional record of 8 wins, 12 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marquis the Hawk Hawthorne. His opponent across the ring fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing blue with orange and weighed in at an even 140 pounds. A native of El Paso, he is now making his home right here in San Antonio, Texas. And he has a professional record consisting of 14 wins, 3 defeats, 2 draws, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Carlos Swifty Villa.
I got a chance to talk to Villa yesterday during the pre-fight interview. You mentioned how he loves to box. Well, the reason he got into this, his dad took him to watch fights right here back in like 1999.
Wow.
And he was hooked after that.
Yeah, I've actually fought here. I've seen fights here, and it's an amazing place, and I can see how I can draw you in like that.
Everybody gets bit by the boxing bug in different ways. Sometimes it's your family members that get you into it. Sometimes you just watch it on your own. Sometimes you just like to fight in the street, and somebody takes you on, puts you on this path to make something out of your talent.
It always happens like that. It's a true sport. It's one of the realest sports in my opinion. One of the most difficult, challenging, mentally and physically, and it just draws you in. It's magical.
Round 1 as we are underway here. Justin Simmons alongside Casey Ramos for you on Alamo City Fight Night in conjunction with Univision, brought to you by Davies Entertainment. Glad that you can be with us on this particular evening.
Yeah, same. Happy to be here. I'm enjoying a great night of fights. We got both guys filling each other out right now.
Yeah, a little quiet to start things off. Marquis Hawthorne, he is in the gladiator-style trunks, the gold background with the white and purple trim ribbons. As for Villa, he is dressed in that orange, blue, and white trim.
Yeah, both guys seem to be real technical boxers, filling each other out right now, trying to use that jab. It doesn't seem that either one has too much of an advantage over each other, so I'm expecting a great fight.
And both of them needing to get a victory here tonight to kind of get back on track. As we mentioned before, Quinton Randall defeating Hawthorne last time out in an 8-round decision unanimously. And as for Villa, he suffered a 6-round draw against Alfonso Olvera. So both can use a W here tonight as they both trade punches.
Yeah, both guys on the way back up from whatever they were going through, but you know, it's boxing. You know,
will have
boxing.
your
Is you know, ups and downs, and neither of these guys fights anybody who has losing records. You know, Villa's last official loss, came to a 20-win Japanese veteran. Marquis Hawthorne fights undefeated prospects every time he goes out. I mean, you know, so neither of these guys have anything to be ashamed of in terms of losses or anything like that. You know, they're both winners, in my opinion. They fight like it, and they're putting on a good show right now. Good technical boxing show.
After talking to both fighters during the interviews, they kind of take those losses as a badge of honor, knowing that they stepped in there with the very best that their sport had to offer them at that time.
That's right. That's right. You know, nothing, like I said, nothing to be ashamed of. You know,
yeah,
a loss is a loss. You know, everybody has them in the professional boxing game, unless you're one of the all-time greats. But I mean, even then, you know, even some of those guys have questionable fights sometimes, and questionable losses, questionable wins.
Even one of the best, and Julio Cesar Chavez, has even suffered a loss, and he did fight even here at the Alamodome. Maybe we will see one of these fighters get to that level. You just never know. But here we have a tie-up between Hawk and Villa, as we're just a few seconds away from the end of round 1. Villa connecting with the left hook to the body, and then finished it up with a slight uppercut to the chin.
Yeah, I give a slight advantage to Villa in this round. He landed a couple of jabs to the body early on. Nothing too clean upstairs, but he was just a little bit more busy.
Yeah, and Villa finishes it off with the right hand to the body to end round 1. Nice little tussle between the two fighters, as both of them are looking for a W here tonight. As we have mentioned before, Hawthorne coming off of that 8-round unanimous decision loss to Quinton Randall. And as for Carlos Villa, the 6-round draw against Alfonso Olvera. That Japanese fighter that you mentioned, Shoki Sakai, I believe is who you're talking about. He is a phenomenal Japanese fighter. Not on the level of Inoue, but still pretty far up there.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime anybody gets 20 professional wins, it doesn't matter who you fought. I mean, that's an accomplishment in itself, and it means you're quite a veteran. It means you've got some experience, and you know, it means you're somebody in the boxing game. And if you have a loss to somebody like that, you know, I mean, that's what it is.
What do you think about Hawk not sitting down during this break here in between round 1 as we head on to round 2?
I personally don't agree with that.
He tells me he doesn't get tired.
Yeah, it's however the fighter feels. If he doesn't get tired, if that's how he feels confident, and he wants to show his fighter off. I mean, show his opponent he's tougher than that. Then I mean, by all means, go ahead.
Start of round 2 here at Alamo City Fight Night. Villa in the blue, orange, and white trim trunks. The Hawk, Marquis Hawthorne, in the gladiator style, yellow, white, and purple. Also has the long tights underneath that cover the knee in the black, as both fighters trying to gain an advantage here in round number 2 after what was a rather quiet round number 1 where it looked like Villa had done enough to win it.
Yeah, Villa, he didn't land too many clean shots. He just landed a couple of shots down to the body, a couple of straight shots, a couple of straight jabs, actually. And he was just a little bit more busy. If Hawthorne just picks up the pace, stays busy, catches the rhythm, I don't see any problem with him winning this fight. But, you know, Villa's in front of him right now, and Villa's giving him some trouble.
Last time we saw Hawthorne live, he caught Daniel Baez with a straight right hand right to the chin that scored him the TKO at the Frank Irwin Center just a few months ago. We will see if round number 2 will be the lucky round for Hawk once again. But I think Villa a little bit more determined to make this fight go much longer than that.
Yeah, I think so. And you can see it in his body position. He's standing in a fighting posture right now. I don't know if Villa has an injury to his knee, but his right kneecap looks a little bit swollen to me. I don't know if that's a previous injury that he's had, something he suffered in training camp. But I mean, other than that, he looks good. He's got good posture. He looks in shape. Marquis Hawthorne looks in shape. They're both letting the jabs go. They're trying to box each other right now, and we're in a fight.
Casey, I'm just amazed what you noticed. That's how come I know that you have that true pro pedigree. You take every look at your opponent and see if you can find a weakness. And you spotted one, possibly. He didn't mention anything about any injuries during his training when I spoke with Villa yesterday. He looks all right so far here as we're almost through round number 2.
Yeah, almost done. And another round for Villa, in my opinion. Just a little bit more busy. Didn't outclass Hawthorne. Didn't do anything too special. He's just more busy. He's landing some shots right there.
And he's holding him down and swinging away like a piñata.
That's what happens. You know, you're holding your opponent. Like I said earlier, just hit him with anything. Swing with your free hand.
And he walks him twice. Connects again with the left. And Hawthorne will go down. It was a left hook to the chin that got Hawthorne to the canvas down on one knee. Hawthorne thinks he took another shot to the side of the head, but he'll take the full 8 before he decides to stand up again.
Yeah, he got hit. He definitely got hit while he was down. That's not a clean punch. I would definitely give him a break. Yeah,
now we have
that's the right
time.
thing, and he has the ref is rightfully giving him a warning. That was he was hit him. He did knock him down cleanly, but he didn't have self-control enough to stop the hit before he hit Hawthorne when he was down.
A little extracurriculars there after scoring the knockdown. It didn't deduct a point though, but it did give him a warning. But now Villa going in for the kill, and it was a slight stumble. The referee says no knockdown as it came after the bell. And a very exciting round number 2 as Villa has this crowd pumped here in the Alamo City.
Yeah, at the end there, Hawthorne looked hurt. It might have been a push, it might have been off balance. He confirmed it with the ref. The ref said, sure, you know, off balance, no slip, no fall, no knockdown. So it was a 1 knockdown rule. It's 10-8. You see some swelling on the right eye of Hawthorne. We'll see how he handles it. He's been in some tough fights. And, you know, fights nothing but undefeated prospects. His face on his look. Let's take a look right now.
Here we'll take a look. There's the left hook. That's what got him wobbled. Still not on his feet, and then he slides it in underneath that, and then there was that extra left hook as Hawthorne was already down on one knee.
Yeah, 3 hooks in a row. Here we go. One up top right there. And then there was one in the middle. And then there was one whenever he was down. And then again at the end right there, he slipped. He was a little bit off balance. No knockdown. The ref calls it.
Yes.
And we have a very experienced ref in our hands named Lee Rogers. He is refereed ton of my fights as an amateur and as a professional.
That's what I was going to assume, is like you knew him very well. But you know everybody here at the fights, Casey, and everybody knows you. And I'm glad that you're alongside me because you bring so much knowledge to the fight game.
Well, I'm blessed, you know, that comes with years of hard work, hard experience, very difficult fights, very difficult training days.
Oh, but Villa tags him again. Hawthorne against the ropes right in front of us at ringside. But Hawthorne trying to fight his way off of them. Villa still pouncing on Hawthorne. And Hawthorne has his rear underneath the ropes. Lee Rogers is going to let this continue on. But Hawk, he looks very calm against the ropes.
He's been in this position before. He's fought nothing but undefeated prospects, guys. Twice via his experience trying to knock him out, and he's doing what he's got to do. He's staying calm. He's keeping his hands up. He's throwing back. He's trying to let Villa wear himself out. Remember, we got an 8-round fight here. We're only in round 3. We're not even halfway through yet.
Yeah, it's not even halfway through this 8-round scheduled fight, but we already have a knockdown that was suffered by Marquis Hawthorne. And Villa trying to finish him off here if he can. Those lefts have been connecting all night long.
And you just saw a little right hand get snuck in there with Villa from Hawthorne onto Villa, because Villa is a little bit fatigued right now. He's throwing himself out a little bit. If I were him, I'd stay calm, but he's still throwing. He's still throwing. He's still dangerous. He's still a stronger fighter, but so is Hawthorne.
He's trying to chop down Hawthorne with those lefts and rights to the body. But Hawthorne, again, so calm here against the ropes. Maybe a little bit of a rope-a-dope technique that he might try to employ here.
I think that's exactly what's going on. He doesn't seem too badly hurt. Villa's breathing with his mouth open. He's having to take a step back. The action stopped. There's a lull in the action right now. He's still landing good body shots, but if I was Hawthorne, I wouldn't stand there and just take them. I'd make him pay for those shots.
Well, Hawthorne trying to walk down Villa now after suffering the knockdown in round 2. Almost suffered a second one at the end of round 2, just in case you're tuning in with us here in round number 3 on Univision.
And Villa's landed some beautiful right hands to the body and up top, but I'd like to see him follow up just a little bit more and breathe through his nose, recover a little bit himself, and keep it pushing, keep going.
The thing with Villa, I have to ask you, does he have enough stamina to go past 1, 2, and possibly land 3 and 4 with the combinations?
That's the thing, you know, he just he expended a lot of energy in those last couple of rounds trying to get Marquis Hawthorne out of there. And Hawthorne still seems to be fresh, but he's getting caught still. So Villa's still alive. So is Hawthorne, just not as active.
This has to be a very difficult round to score, as Hawk was in trouble early, but he rode out that initial wave of flurry punches from Villa. He has tagged Villa a couple of times, but Villa is still coming at him strong.
Yeah, I still give this another round to Villa. He still had more of the momentum. Still looks like he's the more loose fighter, and he's in there.
And now we see Hawthorne. We saw him standing at the end of round 1. He suffered the knockdown in round 2, and during this break, he decides to sit down. Let's take a look at the replay here of some of the action in round number 3.
Yeah, there goes that left hook again, still landing for Villa. And Hawthorne's just got his back on the ropes. You know, that's just not somewhere he needs to be. And he's paying for it. He's getting outpointed. He's not getting outfought. You know, he's still calm. He's not getting hurt too badly. He just doesn't need to be against the ropes.
You know, I want to give credit where credit is due. Lee Rogers, like you mentioned, a very experienced referee. I felt that referees with less experience might have stepped in when Hawk was in trouble because he wasn't returning punches earlier. But Rogers noting that the fighter was still capable of defending himself and letting the fight to continue.
That's exactly right. Lee Rogers has refereed thousands of fights probably at this point in his career, both amateur and boxing and professional. So, you know, he knows what's going on. He knows body language. He knows fighters. And as you can see, he let the fight go, and for good reason. Marquis Hawthorne was far from being out of there.
Round number 4. While both combatants have scored KOs during the career, neither one of them have had a KO in round 4.
And that could be a factor. That could be a factor. Both guys could have power early on, and it fades in the later rounds. But other than that, I mean, Villa still seems to be strong, still seems to be letting his hands go. He's still only following up with the 1 or 2 punches. I'd like to see 3 and 4. But you know, I'm not in there right now. He's in there. He knows the rhythm of the fight, and he's got the best point of view right now.
Yeah, all these guys worked so hard to get ready for these fights. Hawthorne hasn't really taken a break since the Underwood Promotions card back in Austin. And as for Villa, taking his second fight of 2019 after suffering that draw on the 23rd of May. Although I will note that Villa does have a 5th round knockout on his resume, as he continues to just bash away at Hawthorne.
Yeah, he just landed a beautiful right hand to the body. But again, it was only one shot. Again, right there, that was a good follow-up. But some excellent defense by Hawthorne. So I can say, yeah, he needs to follow up all day. But, you know, if Hawthorne's going to be there blocking him and defending him, there's nothing he can really do. So, again, he's in there. He's the fighter. He's got the best point of view. So we'll see how he works it.
I want to say that Hawthorne has the Villa where he wants him now, as Hawthorne was in the center of the ring, kind of controlling where Villa had to go, with Villa's back on the ropes now.
Yeah, Hawthorne has taken control of this round. He's not as active. He's keeping his hands up, but there he goes. He's returning some shots now. He looks like he's coming back. He's recovered. He's starting to put the pressure on. He's starting to try to take Villa into deep waters here.
And I think neither one of these fighters want to leave this match into the hands of the judges, because we've already saw in the last fight that went the 4-round distance, many thought that it was the living legend Brown Nevada's who should have won that fight, although it was Giovanni Loya's hand that was raised at the end.
Yeah, again, you know, no matter what we say or what the crowd thinks, the commentators, the crowd, the fans, the family, if they don't get their hand raised at the end of the day, then they didn't win. You know, it's official, and that's it.
It's plain and simple, isn't it,
you
my friend?
You just got to take the pin out of the judge's hands and take it into your own hands and get the knockout. Make it for sure.
Both of these fighters circling each other many times throughout this 4th round. Hawk looking a lot stronger in this round, but Villa still landing some explosive shots. But there's Hawthorne. He connected with the right. That kind of slows up Villa, and that prompts Villa to try to tie up.
Very close round here. Very close round here. And I give this one to Hawthorne. And I see the momentum shifting a little bit. Seems like Villa, he's not all the way punched out, but he was definitely expending some bunch of energy in that last round.
Good sportsmanship is shown by both fighters as they let go right at the sound of the bell. A very exciting 4th round as we get ready to go on to the 5th. Here at the Alamodome, brought to you by Davies Entertainment. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here of the last round. Villa, there he's been so dangerous with that left hand tonight.
Yeah, real dangerous with that left hand, and he was doing what I wanted to do. He followed up with it 2 or 3 times, and he didn't land all of them, but a few of them got in there.
And you also mentioned that he's been able to land that right hand body shot to the gut of Hawthorne. I imagine that those body shots are going to have to add up, especially come round 6 and round 7.
Always. Body shots, no matter how in shape you are, they always add up. They always affect you. And if they're landing flush, then you got to be careful in those later rounds.
Now, Hawthorne does have the height advantage in this matchup. He's 5'11", as opposed to Villa, who is 5'7". Maybe Hawthorne can use a little bit of range and kind of recover a little bit more in this round.
Yeah, that's exactly what he should have been doing from the beginning. He should have been boxing using his range, staying away from that left hook, using his skills, using his superior speed and his experience as well. But he seems to just want to stay in the middle and duke it out with them. And you know, if that's what he wants to do, if that's what he thinks can win him the fight, then let's go. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got.
Well, you know, the fight fans here in San Antonio, they have no problem with both fighters wanting to stay in the pocket and exchange, and that's exactly what we would love to see.
Yeah, San Antonio is definitely a fight town. I used to love fighting here as a kid, even as an adult. I mean, you know, there's nothing like it.
Well, we'll definitely talk about your fights that you've had here later on in the evening, because I'm going to ask you some questions about some of your Alamodome experience.
Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome experience all the way around here in the Alamodome, here in the Alamo City in general. Just being here, training here, fighting here. It's just an awesome experience.
Oh, Villa connecting with a straight right hand, and Hawthorne in trouble. Villa chopping him against the ropes. And here comes Hawthorne trying to fight out of it as both fighters are exchanging blows.
Excellent fight here. Hawthorne doing what he's, I mean, you know, if you're not going to hold, throw. That's exactly what you got to do. If you're not going to hold, just throw, fight back, and, you know, something might land.
It looks like he has found that second gear, has Hawthorne, as he tries to turn it on in round number 5 as we're midway through the round.
Yeah, a single shot, beautiful single shot by Villa. But like I've been wanting him to do the whole time is follow up after you land the shot.
Oh, he hits him on the chin and he's out against the ropes. And Villa knocks him out cold while standing on his feet. And this is Swifty's victory for Carlos Villa.
Beautiful left hand. Again, Marquis Hawthorne was staying on the ropes a little bit too long, for my opinion. I didn't want him to be there. You know, he just got caught too flush. He's just standing on the ropes, and that's what happens.
The technique was working out well for Hawthorne until it didn't right here in round number 5. And we mentioned that Villa had a previous knockout, only one in round number 5. He has now scored his second knockout in round number 5 of his career, his 7th KO overall. But it was a devastating finish by Swifty Carlos Villa. Amazing left hands that landed flush right to the face.
Yeah, very solid left hands. I've never seen Marquis Hawthorne been in that much trouble before. Those were huge. Those were huge left hands coming from Villa. You can see Hawthorne still being checked out by the doctors right now.
Yeah, Dr. Wayne Lee and Dr. Rick Montemayor both checking on Hawthorne at the moment, making sure that the fighter is okay. And again, folks, we were sitting right here at ringside. We saw it cleanly, very scary as his head was wobbling back and forth as he was eating those left hands.
And it's been 2 years. You know, Hawthorne fights a lot of tough fighters, a lot of undefeated prospects, contenders. You know, you name it, he goes the distance with them. And here he was stopped by Carlos Villa, so that has a little bit to show for him.
Yeah, we said that both fighters needed a win. Both of them fought with no regard for their betterment, as they gave us everything they had here tonight. But in the end, it's Carlos Villa who comes away with a tenacious knockout here in round number 5.
Yeah, and let's hope everything is all well with Hawthorne. Hopefully he can return to the ring safely after this. I know this is how he provides for a lot of his family. This is one of his main jobs. He fights almost every month. And let's see if he can go back.
All right, we're going to take a look at the replay real quick here. Here comes the knockout. Very dangerous.
Yeah, right there on the ropes. He shouldn't be on the ropes right there. He's just too susceptible for solid punches, and that's exactly what happened. And then he's calling them to him too.
That was right before the knockdown. Here it comes. It's going to come in this instance here.
And then with the free hand, you see what Villa did, dude. The free hand and a beautiful, beautiful left hand.
Wow, devastating. Let's throw it up ringside to Thomas Tribler.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 40 seconds of round number 5. Our referee, Lee Rogers, steps in, stops the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, Carlos Swifty Villa.
Carlos Swifty Villa with the victory. And Paco inside the ring, looking to get a word with the victor. It is good to see the Marquis Hawthorne all right, up and moving around as he congratulates Villa on a well-deserved victory after getting the 5th round KO. And let's go to Paco with the post-fight interview with our winner, Carlos Swifty Villa. Right after these photos. And it's well-deserved. You know, everybody wants to get a piece of you after you win. Isn't that the case, Casey? And let's go to Paco.
What a fight, man. That's what San Antonio was expecting. Was that what you were expecting? Eso que tú estabas esperando. Esto es lo que San Antonio esperaba ver en boxeo.
Sí, claro que sí. La afición de San Antonio, gracias por asistir. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me this platform to show my skills. And secondly, thank you to my family, my wife, for all the full support. Thank you, baby, Caleb. And of course, my new management team. Cameron, thank you guys for making this happen. And this was for the team. And of course, praise to God, baby.
You got a fantastic first round. You also took that left hook. What about on that 5th round? You also got that left hook. Did you think we were going to end it that way? ¿Pensaste que iba a terminar de esta manera un round primero muy similar al quinto?
Claro, sí, claro que sí. Estábamos esperando el tiempo, ¿no? El tiempo justo para poder conquistar con el knockout. Marquis Hawthorne, he's a tremendous fighter, very durable fighter. So I knew a round would be a good fight for us.
Excelente. Muchas felicidades. Congratulations to you.